Hello everyone, girls and boys of all ages from ChicaVertical, the channel that accompanies you on your personal growth journey. The idea of communicating at a distance with thought, today known as telepathy, has its roots in the history of ancient civilizations. The first traces of this concept are found in the philosophies and spiritual beliefs of many cultures. In this video, we take stock of scientific research and philosophical and scientific theories on this fascinating topic. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel by hovering your mouse over our logo at the bottom right. Indian civilizations explored the powers of the mind millennia ago through the Vedas and Upanishads, sacred texts that suggested that human consciousness could connect with other minds or even the universe itself. Similarly, Greek philosophers like Plato theorized the existence of a world of ideas that could be shared by all. In shamanic traditions, both of Native American tribes and Asian cultures, it was believed that the shaman was able to make contact with other people or even spirits through altered states of consciousness. These practices were based on the idea that there was an invisible field that connected all living things, a concept that in modern times is similar to that of the unified field of quantum physics. The idea of telepathy has survived over time also through popular beliefs. There are signals considered to be carriers of messages at a distance, such as the famous ringing in the ears, which according to some traditions indicates that someone is talking to us. Another sign is an itchy nose, which according to popular superstitions could foretell an unexpected meeting or the arrival of news. These symbolisms reflect a deep human belief. Thoughts and emotions can contain a fluid part, capable of going beyond the limits of one's own body and reaching a common space, where they can be perceived by others. In this regard, another question arises: how do you establish a connection with a specific person? Is it possible to convey your thoughts toward them and only toward them? In this case, the landing place of the thought that has gone beyond the physical body would not be a common space, but directly the mind of the person with whom you want to communicate and, hopefully, is receptive in this sense. Is this communication possible? Neuroscience has made great strides in trying to understand how thoughts arise. Thought is formed in neuronal circuits through a series of electrochemical messages that follow certain paths. It is thought that the interaction between electrical intensity, chemical type, and path between neurons forms a sort of code, an alphabet that the mind knows and translates into concepts. Two key brain structures in this process are the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex, which processes complex thoughts and makes decisions. Short-term memory, managed mainly by the prefrontal cortex, allows us to retain information useful for creating the message. Emotions are a central part of thought formation. They generate chemical signals that influence how we perceive and respond to the world. For example, a memory associated with a strong emotion, such as joy or fear, is more likely to stick around in the long term. Additionally, emotions can make thoughts more energetic, meaning they affect not only our mental state but also our physiology. Every thought produces electrical activity in the brain, measurable with instruments such as the electroencephalogram. This activity generates magnetic fields that go beyond our physical space to place themselves in our magnetic space. So it seems to be established that thought goes beyond physical space. However, the question of how thoughts can cross the physical boundaries of the body and reach other people remains controversial. Scientists who study the potential of thoughts as an electrochemical and energetic phenomenon hypothesize that, under certain circumstances, thoughts could reach other people through mechanisms of synchronization, energy propagation, or resonance. More speculative theories suggest that the electromagnetic fields generated by brain activity could extend outside the body and interact with those of another mind, especially if there are deep emotional bonds or states of synchronized concentration. For example, some research has shown that when two people are in a strong emotional connection, their brains can synchronize at the brainwave level, even without direct physical contact. This phenomenon, known as brain coherence or neural entanglement, has been observed in experiments with couples who know each other deeply. This type of synchronization may be at the basis of the experiences of mental understanding or thinking the same thing at the same time that many people report in their daily lives. Although the precise mechanism is not yet clear, it is hypothesized that factors such as empathy, focused attention, and emotional bonds create a sort of neuropsychological bridge that favors such communication. Furthermore, theories such as Rupert Sheldrake's morphic field theory propose that there is a natural information network through which thoughts and intentions can be transmitted without the need for a direct physical medium. Although there is no definitive evidence to support these hypotheses, they continue to stimulate scientific and philosophical debate, opening new perspectives on understanding the potential of the human mind. In recent decades, various philosophers and visionary scientists have advanced fascinating theories, among which the most popular is that of the extended mind, proposed by biologist Rupert Sheldrake, who introduced the concept of the morphic field. According to Sheldrake, minds are not entities closed inside bodies, but work in the morphic field or morphogenetic field. Morphic resonance is another controversial concept introduced in this theory. This working pattern, if proven, implies other important repercussions with respect to other topics, in addition to explaining the naturalness of telepathy. Morphic resonance is described as a mechanism that allows the transmission of behavior patterns, knowledge, habits, or developmental models from one individual or group to another through an immaterial field called the morphic field. This field contains a kind of collective memory, accessible to all members of a given species or system. Morphic resonance works beyond physical boundaries. Organisms can be influenced by other members of their species, even if there is no direct contact or geographic proximity. It is a form of connection that Sheldrake describes as non-local, similar to concepts in quantum physics. All members of a species or system can theoretically access the morphic field. An example frequently cited by Sheldrake is the behavior of some birds in the United Kingdom, which learn to break milk bottles to access the cream. Once this behavior was learned in one area, it quickly spread to other regions, even without obvious contact between groups. The theory of morphic resonance is sometimes used to explain the phenomenon of simultaneous discoveries made by the entire population of a species, even if the individuals of that species live in very distant territories. This theory therefore assumes that the biological and behavioral development of an organism is not determined exclusively by DNA, but also by its own experiences and the experiences of the entire population of its species, which, through the morphic field, are learned by all members of the species. The morphic field would also be responsible for collective psychology phenomena, such as the diffusion of modalities, tendencies, or ideas. Morphic resonance remains a controversial and fascinating hypothesis. Although it is not accepted by mainstream science, it offers an innovative perspective on the interconnectedness of living things and the evolution of biological and social systems. Whether a valid intuition or a visionary speculation, the concept stimulates debate on fundamental issues such as the nature of memory, communication, and the concept of mind, singular or extended. Another interesting theory is that of brain synchronization. Recent studies have shown that the brain waves of two people can synchronize when they interact intensely, such as between mothers and children, intimate partners, or during collective meditation sessions. This synchronization, known as brain coherence, occurs when the brainwave frequencies of two individuals align, creating a sort of energetic connection. A concrete example of this research is the experiment conducted by neuroscientists on the brain-brain interface. Using electrodes and transcranial magnetic connection, scientists were able to transmit simple motor signals from one brain to another, demonstrating that a long-distance connection is possible. Quantum physics also offers a radical perspective on the possibilities of the mind. One of the central concepts is quantum entanglement, according to which two particles that have been in interaction remain connected, regardless of the distance that separates them. Although quantum entanglement is a phenomenon demonstrated only at the subatomic level, the possibility that it could be replicated at the level of living organisms populates the minds of many quantum physicists. Meanwhile, in the wake of the growing interest in these theories, techniques for developing mental communication at a distance have become popular, such as meditation and deep relaxation, visualization, concentration exercises, distance sensing, and mental writing. The possibility that thoughts can transcend the physical confines of the body and connect with other minds is a fascinating and still largely unexplored field. Scientific, philosophical, and speculative theories offer interesting insights into the potential of the human mind. There is still much to discover about the potential of the minds of living organisms, especially the unexplored possibilities of the human mind. We will always be here to tell you about any fascinating developments. If you feel that today you have discovered something new and you like the discovery, leave a like to this video. Every thought or insight you have in mind, write it immediately in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of each of our further publications. Also share it with your friends. May happiness always be your faithful companion.